It's been noted that royals don't receive awards, they give them. Unless, of course, you're Prince Harry. The rogue royal's recent acceptance of the Pat Tillman Award has frustrated many, but this celebration of the only successful and meaningful effort Prince Harry has left to contribute isn't telling the whole story. The foundation that started in 2013 is now synonymous with Prince Harry, and veterans are boycotting it in droves. And people are getting mad. This extremely important organization has some fascinating beginnings that Prince Harry probably doesn't want you to know. And today, I'm diving into the real story. Hi, I'm Hannah, and today I'm covering the underreported beginnings of the Invictus Games and how that's changed in the last few years. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe, as well as check out my Royal Research Thrift Book list at the link in the description. Welcome to the Swish, where we analyze royal trends, traditions, and lifestyles for an elegant and inspired life. Hi everyone, I usually do a video essay style, but I just watched Prince Harry's speech from the ESPY Awards, and I want to come on here and talk about what I saw and some thoughts, because there's a lot more to the Invictus Games than people realize, and so I've done some research and I want to share with you a little bit about what I found. So, first of all, let's go back to 2012. I don't want to show these photos, but this is what was coming out around that time. It was just a year after Prince William and Princess Catherine's amazing wedding, after the 2012 Olympics in London, which were just amazing, and Prince Harry was having a difficult time. August of that year, some photos came out of Prince Harry that were not a good look. A naked Prince Harry in Vegas was all over TMZ and even made his way into the front page papers, and St. James Palace actually confirmed that this was him. So it was an absolute PR disaster. At this time, the Royal Foundation, which had been founded in 2009 for Princes William and Harry, had turned into the Royal Foundation of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge and Prince Harry. So they were really trying to find some project that he could work on, something that would be his own and that could help him with his public persona. There was a lot of mixed reactions to him at the time. Some people loved the fact that he was the Playboy Prince. Others really were concerned about him because his great aunt, Princess Margaret, kind of went down a similar path, and that did not turn out very well. So people were concerned about him, and the palace wanted to give him a role. They started thinking through some ideas of what Prince Harry could do. Now, experts have said that it actually was not Prince Harry who came up with the idea for the Invictus Games, although that is the way that it's been presented. It was actually Prince William and, at the time, Prince Charles, who helped him with this idea.
Basically broaden this to a wider audience, and therefore speaking to the relevant people from the Royal Foundation, insisted that I try to get myself there for 2013.
Yeah. And frankly, that makes a lot of sense to me, because what came out several months ago about the Spotify executive sharing his ideas about what Prince Harry had shared, the likes of interviewing Putin and President Trump about their childhood traumas, and apparently that was the best idea he could come up with. So yeah, I would be questioning if he could come up with Invictus Games by himself, although he is relatively very empathetic and creative to some extent. Either way, they say that Prince Harry went to the Warrior Games in Colorado in 2012, and that is where it all started, apparently. In 2014, they had their first big kickoff. William and Charles were there, but Catherine was pregnant with Charlotte at the time, so she couldn't make it. But it was a family affair. Everyone was all in on Invictus Games. The Royal Foundation was actually the one that funded it at first. It was William and Catherine and Harry's Royal Foundation that put up the money. So William and Catherine were very, very involved and very, very excited about this. And I'll tell you something else. Even a few years ago, after the Oprah Winfrey interview, it was revealed that William and Catherine had donated $1.11 million to the Invictus Games after Meghan and Harry had left the royal family. So if that doesn't tell you about commitment and family values and the types of people that William and Catherine are, I don't know what to tell you. When I heard about William and Catherine contributing over $1 million to the Invictus Games, I wondered if this was something that Harry and Meghan do. So I found their financial reports from 2020 to 2022, and I don't know if this will surprise you or not, but they have not given any money to the Invictus Games. In fact, they've actually charged the Invictus Games. So it's striking to me the difference between the brothers with this. Now, Harry completely denies in his book Spare that William and Charles really had anything to do with the origin of the Invictus Games. He actually says that he was nervous to talk to his brother about this idea that he had. And that could be true to some extent. He could have maybe had an inkling of an idea and then the foundation ran with it. But judging by a lot of the other things that were in that book, it's very difficult for me. I don't know how much of that could be true. We'll take that with a grain of salt. All of this really came to a head this week with the Pat Tillman Service Award, which was awarded to Prince Harry. And there has been so much pushback about this. Over 75,000 people have signed a petition for Prince Harry to not receive this award. And lo and behold, he and Meghan showed up Thursday night. And to his credit, Harry took the award on behalf of the entire Invictus Games. But of course he had to mention his mother, and he kept the veterans on stage with him, which I think is a beautiful thing. Honestly, it was a fantastic PR move overall. But it does make me sad to see that these amazing veterans are being used in this plot. We need to equip our veterans better, and I think that the work this foundation does is amazing. But it's heartbreaking to me to see the number of people that are actually not participating because of the work that Meghan and Harry do. Just last year, over 2,000 veterans boycotted the Invictus Games because they felt that Meghan and Harry were overshadowing what they were doing. And I actually think that this is something that the award does. I think that as great as it is to highlight the Invictus Games, we talk about the Invictus Games all the time, unfortunately related to Harry, but I probably honestly wouldn't know what the Invictus Games was if it wasn't for them. So we hear about them quite often, and it really makes Harry synonymous with the Invictus Games, and the reputation of an amazing organization has gone downhill because of the type of attitude that Harry and Meghan have had. The Invictus Games is amazing, but their biggest problem is Harry. So when Harry accepted this award, Meghan held onto him tightly as she went up on the stage. I would be surprised if she did not want to come up there with him, but I'm glad that she did not. And she was holding on to him so tightly at the red carpet event. I don't see a lot of securely married couples that interact that way constantly. So in his speech, it actually was very beautiful. I thought that he did a good job at face value. Considering the profile of other award winners of the Pat Tillman Service Award, I'm surprised that Prince Harry would fit the bill with this. Yes, he served in the army. Yes, he started Invictus Games, but he does not need the profile and the status that the Pat Tillman Award brings. He already has that. So it makes me saddened that he would take away the spotlight and the opportunity for a veteran to receive the accolades that they should because Harry is receiving it in his place. Now, it's very likely that this is another award just like all the other awards that they've won, where they've likely paid for it. And you only have to look so far as to who was hosting the ESPYs. Of course, it was Serena Williams, which is Meghan's best friend, supposedly, who appeared on her podcast, who was at the royal wedding. I can only imagine that they actually paid for this award, unfortunately, which I think makes it even worse, because Harry is the complete opposite of Pat Tillman. And Pat Tillman's own mother has come out against him, who he recognized and then used as a way to bring in his own mother to the conversation. Pat Tillman was a man who loved his country so much, he left riches and he left the glory of being a football player to go and fight and ultimately lose his life for his country. I think Harry is the complete opposite. He left his life of duty and service to go and find riches. I think Invictus Games is the only good thing that Harry has left. And I hope that this amazing foundation continues and isn't continually marred by all that Harry has done. And I hope that Harry finds something else worthwhile to put his time and energy into. That's what I thought. I would love to know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you would like to learn more, don't forget to subscribe. I love to cover deep dives on royals for an elegant and inspired life. Thank you guys so much for all your support, and I'll see you next time.